Good morning, you guys. It is Monday. I had my nose surgery to fix my airway in my nose. It's been broken twice, so looking a little funky right now. That was Wednesday. Thursday into Friday, we got absolutely hammered. We got over a foot of snow, heavy, wet snow, lots of power outages, and obviously trying to recover. So I had to come out here and shovel this off. And then my floor truss delivery came in Friday morning. They didn't like the driveway. They had to drop it all off at the top of the driveway by the road. And yesterday, Brett and Patrick were nice enough to come down and help me move these down here. The ones on this side that are the longest ones, 130 pounds a piece, 26 foot, 18 inch tall, we got sat up there. So that's gonna be relatively easy. I did have this beam done, and I didn't realize that it spec'd for a 18 inch beam. I had a 12 inch triple LVL up there carrying to the load point and then across to over there, which is gonna in turn hold up the whole second story in the roof. I was contemplating throwing up a fourth LVL sistered to it to the side, and I would have to shim up, but it would get close to the shear strength or breaking point of those LVLs of an 18 inch, but it just wasn't there, and it's not something I'm willing to bet on. It's going to cost me over, well, we'll probably use those other LVLs for the porches, but these new 18 inch LVLs, it's probably going to cost like $1,200 at least for these six. It's a 20 foot LVL, 3 of them, and then 3 16 foot. So that's going to cost a decent amount, but I got to get it up, and it's better to do it right now while it's all open, and then we don't have later on sagging down here, which would be way more intrusive, and I would have wished that I would have done it now. So I'm just doing it now, making the right call to do that. We have the rest of the trusses placed over here, which I can still do these without having that LVL up. The only thing I can't do is the loft area up there, which is a 14 foot span. So today my task is to cut out a window here. We decided we're gonna do a 4 foot window in this kitchen. In the initial plan, there's a garage there, and there's just no chance to have it there. We'll do the garage later on with a breezeway, and I want to angle it so we should be able to have a window here, get a little bit more light in the kitchen. Better to do it now before there's any weight bearing on the top. Not that it would affect it like crazy, but we'll just do it ahead of time, and it'll be easier. So I thought the floor system was 24 in center at first, so I did that, and then I was like, wow, there's too many. And then I changed it to 16, and I'm like, the layout doesn't work. Now that's not enough. I didn't have the spec sheet on where it was saying spacing. It ended up being on the drawing sheet per each floor truss, which is 19.3 on center. So I went ahead and fixed that. You know, just got to secure these down. Then I'm going to start putting these big guys up. Kind of frustrating, killed a lot of time messing around with that, but we're going to get to it. All right, so I just got all the spacing right. Now I'm just throwing these are 6 inch timber locks up through here at an angle to hit optimal wood contact. By optimal wood contact, I mean through the bottom plate, and then through this diagonal, and then maybe it might not hit the diagonal, but then the vertical also, to get a good grip on that whole thing. And you saw how it sucked it down there. So obviously I can't leave this strap here, so my approach on this, and I'm gonna leave this there until our other side's also up, but I'm basically gonna put 10 inch timber locks down through here into the LVL on the center portion where it's wanting to pull back. They can get pretty close to flush. You could just hit it down like that, and it's barely protruding out of there. So these are not coming out now. All right, so this other side is marked. I'm gonna try to lift this up and then seated on that side. So we can push it past on that side and then pull it back into place, and we know that it's not going to fall off that side. So I think that's the safest route solo. So see how it goes. Holy crap, guys. This is definitely pretty heavy and not ideal to do by yourself. I think these ones are probably 110 pounds, 100 pounds probably, because the 31 foots were 130. So these are 26, so a little bit less. But yeah, it's heavy, awkward. The ladders, trying to move it, make sure it doesn't roll on me. 4 down though, 5 more to go. And then, yeah, some smaller ones and ones that are already up there. So it's freaking hot. It's like, they said like 60 degrees today. Coming off winter. I'm not excited about the super hot, but I am excited about nice weather, but working in it, you know, I guess it's better than cold, but I'm just here complaining. Okay, so I just put that up there. I have a timber lock. I'm kind of at an angle right now, and I'm just doing this because the pieces are here. So I'm trying to get them out of the way. So yeah, that's holding that from sliding down because it is not perfectly 90'd. So yeah, walk it up. Oh man, you guys, got all these up. I just have to pin that side and then plumb them. But I got some shade down here. Look at that. Can't complain. All right, guys, so I'm going to put a brace in the center here. I'm gonna do it up on the vertical member there of that like tunnel, we'll call it. And what I did, because we know this is starting for 0, right? Have our full one here and then 19.3 all the way down. I'm gonna cut it real fast, and in theory it shall end right on that last one up there. So this is gonna be perfect to center space these. It's gonna give it some rigidity and prevent them from rocking or rolling. So let me get a saw real fast. What a mess. Freaking hard enough to get time to come out here and work on this, so sometimes it's gotta sit, you know, not ideal, but bam. So See how shaky these are? Not ideal. So I'm probably gonna start down that end because the side's secured to that interior wall, and not try to walk back and forth and play the game. So let me get this level while I'm down here so I can secure all those. I have ledger locks for when I do this side. At least it's a little bit more room than 16 spacing. All right. See how shaky that is? This one's a little bit better over here, so kind of gonna be hard to it's not ideal to stand on the lower members. Try not to put too much weight on it. God damn. Clamps would probably be my friend right now. Kind of you know, when your plan doesn't really work, can't screw a nail, but sometimes you got to lateral and try something else. So especially by yourself, you know, sometimes it sucks. And I went with the top because it seemed like one of the members was off, so just change up where I was gonna go off. And I'm screwing right now because nailing down, it's just going to want to jump away from me. Now that it's kind of secured up, I could probably do one more screw down there, and then these can be nailed in place. If you look here, my freaking bump out wall is a bit wonky. So I think we can roll with it, but I feel like these floor joists should be squared up. or it's kind of warped. I'm gonna try to screw it in. I just don't want to miss proper alignment. So all right, so I'm up here on this other side. There's 6 long ones, and then there's a few shorties because the stair set coming up here. So I just pulled my measurement there on that plate for the 19.3 on center, and this last one here is a bit short, so it's at 14 foot, which is in line with this bump out here. So I'm gonna put that one up, kind of get them out of my way so I can go down here. Let's get back over there. I'm gonna put it on that side first. And right now I'm not walking like on the trusses. I'm walking on top of the wall on the truss. So not necessarily like bad for the trusses. You don't want to obviously step on those. That would not be good. Got a couple inches here hanging on. It is on that mid wall, but yeah, let me mark 14 real fast and then stand this one, which sucks because it's the other way. Whatever. Okay, let's go fishing. We got this. How big is the stand out on this? Give it a few extra feet. Trying to go to the far plate. Looking for 14 foot. So we're going to be inside of that line. So 1, 2, 3, half, right there. That is it. We're at about 6 over. I shouldn't have overhung my sill plate so much. So I just pulled tape across there and pulled it right here. So that's continuing over from that side. The reason why I don't have my floor joists up here is because, well, new LVLs came in today. Like I said, I had 12-inch. We were correcting it, going to 18. I just don't have the bracket to kill that LVL into that one. So really, I could put that one up, but I'm not gonna do that by myself. This is super heavy, and it's gonna be even more now that it's 18-inch. It comes in Thursday. I will put that up and I could do the rest of this floor. So yeah, trying to do the best I can with what I have, so. All right, guys, gonna wrap it up for the day. Got most of the big ones set. Just gotta fix those other ones, make them a little bit straighter, and then yeah, get back after it. Hopefully get this LVL up and put that up so we can get the center through and start slamming some plywood. Looks sick, dude. I freaking look sick. Supposed to get this off tomorrow, so I'm pretty pumped. To get the things out of my nose. We took down those 12-inch LVLs, got some 18-inchers up there. Man, were they freaking heavy as heck. Brett came back to help me last night while it was raining. The past few days have sucked. It's been wet. So I've been doing the outside sheathing on the bottom. And I now have 2 of our, basically this is the loft up here. They're shorter. They die into the side of the LVL. Flush at the top, and then I'm throwing brackets on the bottom of them. And these ones actually cantilever out over the center here, a couple feet out, and then they'll be secured together with a couple cords all the way across. So I think it's about 3 feet. So we got all the bracing on the floor joists done, and we already have half the subfloor up there. We're doing a little system. I made like a little extended pallet here to hold our plywood sideways at an 8 foot, so it'll reach the top. We can slide it right up, and we're just basically stacking it up there right now, and then we're securing it down with some straps so it doesn't fly away overnight. Come back another day and get it done. So here's a time lapse of that going. So it is Monday morning. We have a little bit of clouds in the sky, but this week looks nice. We have a lot to do over the next week because next Monday is Truss Day, the 22nd of April. We have to do this whole subfloor. I'm gonna try to knock this out today by myself. And yeah, so after that, we have to do some load-bearing walls where our trusses are gonna land on. So we got all week. That should be nice. Crossing my fingers. Let's get straight to it. So it's going pretty well. A few different things on this subfloor versus the first floor is, one, I just am using Advantech. I know, I just literally edited the video last night of the floor sheathing, and where I said it's cheaper to do the Legacy LP. But with the roads being posted, I didn't worry about the logistics of trying to get Home Depot, which the delivery is not as reliable as your local lumberyard. So my local lumberyard carries the Advantech. I said, just bring it. So they ensured that it got here. They have ways to work around. They have smaller trucks, whereas Home Depot is just shipping on 18-wheeler tractor trailers. So they got the wood here. It is what it is. I'm using Loctite PL400 subfloor adhesive. Just make sure that there's no rain within 24 hours. It's gonna wash that out. You can't apply it to wet and frozen lumber and everything though, but just not a lot of water, flushing it out after the fact. Also using my Metabo electric nailer, a framing nailer. These are 2-inch ring shank nails, just because that siding nailer didn't work so great last time. The markings on this floor are super nice. The circles, squares, and diamonds for your 16, 24, and 19.2 on center. Tells you where to nail it all the way down, and then on the ends, it reminds you every 6 inches.